All right. Hello, Gun Nation. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. We've got DB in the house, Rusty Taylor, Dirt Track 410. I'm sure more will jump in here in a second, and then we'll get cranking. Hope y'all all had a really awesome day. Hope y'all are all doing well. I need a little swallow of water. I am in West Texas this week in Abilene. If anybody's familiar with Abilene, not a whole lot here. Seeing a bunch of customers. I've had some questions asked, actually, many people, um, friends, subscribers, things like that, family members. And we'll get into that here in just a minute. So I was kind of writing them all down. Hello, Brian. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Matter of fact, Brian asked me earlier, too. He was one of them. Hey, A-Dubs. How are you? Aloha, Big J, and chat. Are you in Hawaii, A-Dubs? Or are you just saying aloha? If you are, I did not know that. But yeah, and I've got some questions here that I've been asked, so I figured we would all answer them. I had jotted them down from some conversations um, that I've had and that I get sometimes. Hello, chessboard. How are you? Hope everyone is doing well. Rich B's in the house. Yeah, we'll give it just a couple more minutes before we really get cranking. The weather hasn't been too bad. Uh, Actually, I think it was like 80, 88 today or something like that. So that's like a cold front, normally. Oh, just culturally appropriating. I gotcha. Yeah, no, I didn't know if you were from Hawaii or not. I have a few subscribers from Hawaii, and I was like, I didn't think you were, but hell, didn't know. Um, I did also want to let y'all know, and I'm not going to show it because I'm still testing it, but I did put something on my Staccato C2. Um, Something I was curious about to see if I would like it or not. Uh, and I don't want to give it away or anything yet because I will have a review on it. But anyway, I've been running it, I guess, so far this whole week. And you know, if you're interested in 2011 stuff, that might be something that you kind of want to look forward to. But I don't want to give anything away right now. If you want to guess, that's cool, but I won't answer one way or the other. Hello, Marshall. 9913 Boomer. Okay, yes, I'm a boomer. So, hope you're not a troll. Let's see here. We got Abigail in the house. How are you, Abigail? Hope you were doing well. And the let it rip is basically y'all can ask any questions you want, and we're going to kind of try to make this more of a question and answer because I know on some of the chats, I don't get to y'all don't get to ask a whole bunch of stuff. So if you've got any questions, let it rip. Also today, my dad's been going through cancer and radiation and all that other stuff. However, they've kind of had to stop that because he kind of took a turn and his throat's closed up because of the direct radiation. Um, so they've had to give him a feeding tube. Y'all have probably heard me bring that up. He is still in the hospital. He's more alert, things like that. But today is his birthday. So he doesn't watch the chat. He doesn't even know that I have a YouTube channel. But anyway, I just wanted to publicly say happy birthday, Pop. But wish I could be there with him, but I can't. Oh, Abigail's off work and doing shots. Holy mackerel. Hopefully you make it through the chat. Doing shots. Woo. What are you doing shots of? I'm doing shots of water. So let's see here. Brian is saying, how old is your father? Please spend as much time as you can with him. Yes, I intend to. He turned 77 today. So today is his 77th birthday. Yeah, that's what we're hoping. That's what we're hoping. Yeah, cancer sucks. You know what I want to say, but I'm trying to be a little clean. 12-year aged Scotch. Damn, you're shooting 12-year aged Scotch. You should need to sip that. Um, okay, we'll get down to the first question. I thought this one was kind of funny. Do I prefer hamburgers or pizza? So I want to see what y'all say to that. What do y'all choose? If you could only have one between the two, hamburgers or pizza? I thought that was kind of interesting. Usually it's do you like pepper or pineapple on your pizza and stuff like that. Pistol Pete's saying aloha too. He must be in Hawaii. Pistol Pete says chicken. All right. Abigail says it tastes good and I'm getting a $600 bonus. There you go. So, hamburger or pizza, what do you prefer? Lee says burgers. Brian says steak. Um, Hamburger. What is that? I don't know what the hell say. I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this, my redneck ass, but Salante. Brian says steak. Yeah, I definitely like steak, and I do have my butcher do the Angus steak burgers, so he'll actually grind up steak. He's done sirloin for me, so it's sirloin burgers. He's done. I even had a T-bone hamburger one time. Honestly, it was okay. I've had a filet mignon hamburger. It was pretty good, but you know, the perfect ratio is like an 80-20. Sometimes if you get too lean, it's not as juicy, but you know, it is what it is. Rusty is saying hamburger. Pistol Pete saying hamburger. A Dubs is saying burger pizza. There you go. That's one. Abigail says depends on the pizza. I go for a high protein pizza after workouts. There you go. Yeah, between the two, I mean, I like them both. But man, it's hard to. I mean, it's hard to go away from a good pizza, but it's hard to go away from a really good hamburger. I've had some shitty hamburgers and I've had some shitty pizza. I'm sure we all have, but I make a pretty good burger, and I tend to. I would probably say burgers. I would probably say that, but I do like pizza as well. Okay, here is the one, the most controversial question of the night, probably. Well, no, it won't be because I have a statement to make here in a minute. Uh, is it called a slide lock or slide release? You know, on the side of your gun to hold the slide back or whatever. Is it called a slide lock or a slide release? I get asked that all the time. I've said both. I mean, you know, I've said both of those words just on videos, and some people lose their freaking mind. Brian is saying both. Pistol Pete says slide lock. Depends on the gun. Okay. Slingshot that damn thing. Yeah. Here's the way I look at it. And of course, Rusty's saying slide release. Depends on the nomenclature deemed by the manufacturer. Yep. I will buy that one too, A-dubs. Leah's saying slide lock. Here is my opinion on slide lock or slide release. I don't give two shits what you call it. I really don't. I don't care. I know the manufacturer. Some call it this, some call it that. I don't give a shit which one you call it. I don't give a shit which one I might call it during a video. They kind of do the same purpose. And I look at it this way: if it's easier for you to get back in the fight with whichever one you prefer, if you slingshot it, if you use the slide release, if you slide lock, whatever you want to call it, whatever's quicker for you to get back in the fight with it, use it. If you want to slingshot it, if you want to slide lock it, and drop the slide, however you want to do it, do it. Doesn't matter to me. I don't get mixed up in the nomenclature, and I do know I come from the nomenclature world, you know, with automotive and aviation and all that other shit. But when people get so wrapped around a word, I mean, why? Who cares? It really doesn't make two shits to me. Um, so whatever helps you get back in the fight the quickest, slingshot, slide release, slide lock, whatever you want to call it, use it. Do it. Doesn't matter to me. What's up, Bald and Curious? How are you? Because some people, you know, like you're dropping the mag, you're, loading the mag. Some people can't reach with their thumb here, so they come up, especially on 2011s. So they're slamming it in here like that. I look at it this way: you're slamming it in here, then you're having to come back over the top and rack it. So if you can, jam it in, come up, hit the slide button. Now I can hit the slide release even on a 2011 with this thumb. A lot of people can't. But as you're loading it, if you just come straight up and hit it, it's going to throw the slide forward. I do have a lot of guns where when you slam that mag in hard, it sends the slide home automatically. So you're not having to hit shit. My P10F does it. My P10Cs do it. My Glock Gen 5 will do it. My FN will do it. I mean, I've got a lot of striker fire guns that will automatically do it. 2011s won't really do it. A lot of my metal CZs won't do it. But whatever you call it or whatever works for you, by all means, call it what you want or do what you want. Rich B saying slide lock. Pro tip: use frozen fruit chunks instead of ice in your fruity cocktails. There you go. There you go. I don't know about that. I do have some big hands, but I don't know if I have the biggest hands on YouTube. I'm sure some of those bodybuilder, NBA players, all those people probably have way bigger hands than me. Out of my friends and the people that I know, I don't know personally, in my group, anybody that has bigger hands than me. Hell, Humble is 6'4" or 6'4.5". My hands, I'm 6'3", and my hands are bigger than his. I think he's 6'5" actually, but my feet and my hands are bigger than his. I'm not trying to brag about that. Trust me, I wish they weren't. But it is what it is. Some people are blessed with weird things, and I don't really think it's a blessing to have huge hands. Matter of fact, in dress shirts, depending on the cut of the arm, sometimes I can't even get my damn hand. I have to do my hand like this to actually get my freaking arm in some of the tailored dress shirts that I have, and that's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, hell, I remember back in the day, Pistol Pete, and you might, us old guys probably did this. Maybe Abigail knows about it. We used to take a watermelon and cut a hole in the watermelon. Hang on, I think this thing's doing something weird. Looks like I'm frozen, so hopefully y'all can still hear me. Come on, what is this thing doing? Okay. We used to cut a hole in a watermelon, take one of the racks out of the refrigerator and cut a hole in the watermelon and put a deal of vodka in it, and set it over in the corner and have the vodka go all the way through the watermelon. That's actually really good on a really, really hot summer's day. Okay, Bald, we don't need to go there. Yeah, I mean the fruit with the alcohol on it is pretty damn good. So the slide lock or slide release, call it what you want. I don't get wrapped around the axle like a lot of people do about a lot of things. And that's like when I start using all the nomenclature for cars, people are like, what the hell are you talking about? So I try to break it down in normal terms for a lot of people. You don't need to get wrapped around the wheel about a lot of stuff. Hello, Hard Target. Holy crap. Great to see you, buddy. Hope you are doing well. Hard Target, man, he has been on YouTube forever. Great guy. Really, really good guy. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well, sir. But and I am, like I said, I'm trying out this item on the Staccato C2. I will give an update on it, let y'all know what I think about it. Of course, that's another reason, I don't do like a lot of unboxing type videos anymore because, a lot of people can just open up the box or look at it, or they know what comes in the box. Sometimes by just looking at the picture of what they're buying, it'll say, hey, it comes with this, this, and this. They can get a good idea about it. And this isn't really a big box, and there's really only one item in it. So, but I'll give you all an update on that and let you know. The company did send it to me, and they have given me a discount code. I don't make any money on it, just so you know that. But they have given me a discount code to give to my subscribers in case you want one. But I'm the type of reviewer where I don't just, you know, like do a box opening and then say, here's your discount code, because I haven't tested it. I don't know if it's going to be worth the shit. I don't know how the durability is. I don't even know if I'm going to like it. Now, of course, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you might not like it, but I just don't want to release any of that yet. Once I do the video, there will be a discount code if I like it. If I don't, then we'll go from there. I've been testing it for so far this week. I put it on, well, I've been testing it, I guess, since Saturday. So, I'll have a pretty good opinion on it. Been carrying it with it on there. Been testing it, been doing some things with it. So I'll have a good idea to, I just want to kind of put it through its paces a little bit. Let me catch back up here real quick. I'm glad you're doing better, Hard Target. That's what I was just saying. My dad is turned 77 today, and hopefully he beats this cancer crap. I've never had gummy bears soaked in gin. I did have some tequila. You bought them this way. They were little gummy bears, and inside of them, I got them in Vegas, and inside the gummy bears, it had a little, there was liquid in them. You could squeeze them, and inside of them, it was tequila. And it was Jose Cuervo Gold, or no, Jose Cuervo, or no, I'm sorry. It was Patron, Silver Patron gummy bears. First time I'd ever seen them. So I was like, I got to try those. They were pretty damn good. Brian, is that the one that has been out for a while? I didn't know that. Did they release another one? I've seen the black steel one and the stainless Canic, but have they released another one maybe I don't know about? Bald, he replied on a comment or replied on a chat. Gosh, man, it's probably been about maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago, but I haven't heard from him since, so I don't know. But if anybody does have any input, that would be good, because he was kind of going through some junk also, with cancer. Hello, Scott79. How are you? Oh, could have been an old video. Yeah, they've had that steel Canic out for a while. Some people are using it in USPSA and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, Hard Target. I appreciate it. Oh, Abigail said he was in a chat a couple of weeks ago, so that's good. Hopefully everything is going well for him. Yeah, chessboard. I'm definitely praying for your son and you as well. Hopefully he kicks that stuff. But this is kind of what I wanted to get into also, and this is kind of controversial. I've been asked a lot. I know Brian asked me earlier today. He shot me a text, and I've had family members, I've had friends, I've had subscribers. You can go on and probably see some of the comments they've asked me, and everybody's asking me what is my opinion about the Israel situation. Um, do I have an opinion? Have I done a video about it? And I'm not, there's so many people that do those type of videos. That's not really my forte. Um, Here's my opinion, for what it's worth. You know, I feel very badly for the people that are over there. I want everyone to be safe. That sucks. It's horrible what's happening. um, but I also, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be derogatory. I'm not trying to be that guy. Um, but we have a lot of issues here in the U.S. And I brought this up before. We have Hawaii. Those people were ramrodded. Um, they were offered $700 a household. That's bullshit. You know, we have homeless. We have veterans that aren't taken care of. We have uh, VA hospitals that don't take care of our own veterans. We have so much bullshit that's going over here, and it seems like we're trying to take care of everyone else. Example Ukraine, billions and billions of dollars. We're probably going to get involved in this, and it could create issues for us going forward with cells and things like that coming over here. But I'm to the point where we have got to take care of our house. We have got to fix the shit that's going on here before we just start sending everything out and just giving everything away and not taking care of our own freaking people. And this is honestly the way I feel. I'm not trying to be a butthead. I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm just telling you my honest opinion. People have asked, I'm telling you. I haven't purposely, I just haven't been watching a bunch about the news on it. Again, I personally don't have anyone that's over there. I know a lot of people do. I want those people to be safe. I wish them all the best. But we cannot help everybody in the world when we can't help ourselves. You got to take care of your house, get your house in order before you can start doing stuff for other people. And our house is definitely not in order. So that's my opinion. I'm not trying to be the negative Nancy. I'm just telling you my honest opinion. So y'all know that I don't bullshit anybody. I don't hold anything back. If stuff's good, I'll tell you. If stuff's bad, I'll tell you. And we got a lot of bad shit going on right now, right here on our soil. And I think that needs to be taken care of first. There's no one out, if you look at it, there's no other country out there in the world that helps us out of anything. We help them out of everything. So that's the way I feel. If you ask me, I'm just going to refer you back to this video. But, I've probably had 15 different people reach out, and totaling of 15, probably 15, 16 questions. And that's the way I feel. I wanted to save it and just kind of let it all out here. So we got too much shit going on here that's complete, and it's ran by a freaking idiot. Y'all know my opinion on that. And I don't know when this house is going to get in order, but sending all of our money elsewhere when our interest rates are sky high, gas is still high, people can't live in check to check, can't afford food. I mean, the list goes on and on. Y'all all know it. So there you go. We've got fentanyl epidemics. We've got illegal aliens pouring in here like freaking roaches. It's like, our house is, our house is invaded. We have an invasion here. That's the bad thing. This is a true invasion. Nobody looks at it as that, but it is. It is literally an invasion. So there you go. Yeah, I I do know about that. Yeah, guess who donated those to the cause? Yeah, so I'm saying, don't even get me started on that stuff. So yeah, other countries never do their fair share. They do not. Look at NATO. Countries don't pay shit to that. We pay everything. So I'm just dying. It's just stupid. No, he's not. Marshall, I do agree with that. He's not. He's the puppet. I mean, we can look at BlackRock. We can look at everything else. That's who's pulling the strings here. Um, Actually, Pistol Pete, if you really, really want to get down to it, uh, remember Carter, Jimmy Carter? He was actually, yeah. I mean, Biden is below Carter. It doesn't get any worse than Carter, I didn't think, but he's successfully done that. Marshall saying, Big Johnson, hey, hope you're doing well. Illinois is saying court people should understand what guns in the law are banned and it's not vague. How are normal people, not lawyers, understanding legal? I say do what you need to do, just like I've said. Um, you know, not trying to be rude, but they make ATF. I mean, all the alphabet boys, all this other bullshit is put in lingo that is made for normal people not to understand shit. They do that for a reason. Um, they want to keep you confused. They want to keep you on the edge. They want to keep you asking questions and talking about it and things like that. Live your life, man. Do what you need to do. You can't live, and this is one thing I've always told, my kid. I've always preached this to people, my friends and stuff like that. I'm like, you can't live in fear. You can't live for the unknown. And a lot of that shit is unknown. You just got to live. You got to do what makes you happy, and honestly, screw everything else. So take care, Hard Target. I appreciate you, buddy. Stay safe. You've got my cell phone number too, Hard Target. Stay in touch. Text me sometime. Hello, Lynn Holt. How are you? Exactly. I've said that. I even did a video a long time ago about it. This is all about division. If they keep people divided, then they succeed. Um, and like I've said 1,000 times, I don't care if you're green, purple, blue, black, yellow. I don't give a shit what color you are. Every one of us that are, United States citizens and people, we all bleed red. It doesn't matter. We're all in this big melting pot together and trying to get along. So, you know, it's, but if the media, politicians, states, all of this divide all of us and keep us fighting amongst one another like redheaded stepchildren, they've succeeded. That's all they're trying to do. So I look at it this way, and I do this a lot. When I travel, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but when I travel, I have a TV right there in these hotels, and I'm not joking around. Sometimes I'll be in hotels for 4 days. I do not watch or turn on the news. I don't even turn the damn TV on for 4 days. I can watch some videos. If there's any alert news come up, it can pop up, things like that. I can get an idea of what's going on. But that little Squawk Box right there for a basic paid media, got to remember who owns the media. I think some people take all that shit to heart, uh, but you know, they're just Squawk Boxes. They're told what to say and how to say it. What's up, Chris? How are you? Also, everyone, Chris from the 740 has his chat after mine, or he's doing a chat. So if y'all want to tune into that, please do. His comes on after mine. Let's see here. What else was there? Also, oh, a buddy of mine, and y'all know who he is. I don't know, we were kind of talking about some things today, but with all this stuff popping off, um, elsewhere, uh, just keep yourself safe and be aware of your surroundings even more so. And I'm not, trying to push an agenda or anything like that, but there's cells in different areas and things like that. And I'm not going to get into the details because YouTube will, hell, man, almost, I would say half of these chats get demonetized. I have no idea. Well, I mean, apparently YouTube hates me and doesn't like the things I'm talking about, but whatever. Um, you know, just be aware, especially when you're in big cities. And I'm talking about like Dallas, Houston, Austin, in your city, your dominant city, your capital city, things like that. Just be aware of what could pop off if a cell is, ramped up or whatever, or set loose. You don't ever know. So a buddy of my and I were talking about that today. Um, he had called me and we were just chatting about it real quick. But just kind of keep your head on a swivel. Um, Not saying you got to lug around, long guns with you and stuff like that, but you just don't ever know if something could pop off and where it could be. Interstate, near downtown, you just don't know. So just be aware. Yep, Bald, I did see that. Colleen Award did a video about it. They try to disarm you and then they say arm everyone. And I was in Switzerland, it was a while back, but I was in Switzerland and it's pretty much, and I was told this. Now, if you're from Switzerland, please let me know if I'm incorrect, but I was told this by people who live in Switzerland that were citizens there, that it was pretty much mandatory that every Swiss resident has to at least have a handgun and 50 rounds of ammunition in their home at all times. I don't know about long guns and things like that, but the person mentioned a pistol and at least 50 rounds in their home at all times, and they can carry guns. Uh, the people that I saw there, and they weren't military or anything like that, they were carrying. So, I thought that was pretty cool. And I think every place should be like that. You know, I know a lot of people outside of this chat will not agree with me, on the left leaning side, but you know. Let's see here. Also, in that conversation, it was, kind of brought up like, if something really popped off, do you feel that you're adequately armed, or what would be your choice of rifle for being adequately armed? And I still brought up a 30 cal round, whether it be 7.62 by 39, 300 blackout. Of course, 300 blackout, you've only got so much distance, though. That is true. 308 or 5.56. And of course, I said 308. Y'all probably know, or 300 blackout, depending on distances. Um, I would feel better about having that than just a 5.56. Now, can you get some things done with 5.56, 77 grain? Oh, definitely. But if I have a preference, you know, I would rather have 308 or 300 blackout. Now, carrying it and carrying all the ammo and all the other stuff, that would be a little more difficult, where you can carry a lot more 5.56 or 223 than you can any other, caliber other than 22, any other center fire round. Well, you can carry a lot of 5.7 too, but I mean, you know where I'm going with this. So, we've had these conversations before too. Hello, Matt Moore. Long time no see, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and that might be it, Bald. From what I understand, Swiss Avenue military weapons at home and have to qualify with them a few times a year or something like that. Yeah, maybe that is what it is. But uh, they're they were carrying. Well, two of the people that I met actually had their pistols with them. One was doing off-body carry in a bag, and the other person was had a holster, and it was outside waistband, but they had one of those zip up jackets with the no sleeves, like the sweater vest, but the poofy ones. I had it, over the outside of their firearm, their pistol. And they were running some janky ass holsters. It was, like the Serpa type shit, which I would never run, but you know, it is what it is, and I think that's kind of what they use. That's even what a lot of the military police were using over there. And I was like, "Y'all use some Serpa holsters? The little push button thing." Hello, Rock Chalk. How are you? He says, "Are you going to get the Shadow 2 compact?" More and more I think about it. I checked with Humble, and because he recently tested one and shot one, so we had talked. Matter of fact, we just talked last night, and I asked him, what he thought about it. He really liked it. But I still think I would have a problem with my hand size. I don't think most people out there are going to. I really don't. But I had problems with the P01. I really liked the gun, but the grip was too short. And, he's like, yeah, it's pretty much like a P01. So I don't know. I keep thinking about it. And I'll go ahead and tell y'all, if I were going to get one, or say the next gun, I keep leaning more and more towards the DWX full size. I'm used to carrying big guns, 5-inch guns. I own them. I've got my P is 5.3 inches with the comp. Doesn't bother me to carry the appendix with the X300 on it, and I've carried it many, many times. Now, granted, the DWX is heavier and all of that other stuff, but I'm leaning, if I were going to get another one right now, I'm leaning more and more towards the DWX full size, because it is single action, like we all know. It has no grip safety, which I love. It has the ergonomics of a Shadow 2, which I love. The compatibility of the grips, lock grips, slap those on there. It's not milled, but I could have it milled for an optic. And you got the full pick rail, so I could run any light on there I would want, or I could, that would fit. I could put on there, or any one they make, I could put it on there. I could still carry it, if I chose to, but it also takes P10F mags, or P09/P10F mags, and I have tons of those. So I already have all the mags for it too. So if I were going to buy another one right now, I'm pretty much saying it would probably be the DWX full size. I don't think I would not get the DWX compact because it doesn't have a light rail. The Shadow 2 compact, I think, is probably going to be too small for me. So that's kind of where I am with that right now. Just in my opinion, for everybody else, I think they're all going to be great guns. Let me catch back up here real quick. Yeah, I mean our PD, that Abigail's bringing up. I have seen some that use the Serpa type holsters, but our local PD uses Safariland. Not the cheaper Safariland. They use the level 3. So I've seen those guys. Matter of fact, one of them even has a wrapped. It's just black multicam, and it's wrapped. It looks pretty good. Um, and our department is also, that just brings up another valid point. Our department also, a lot of guys are running dots now too, where they used to just be irons only. Bald says, I'm not buying shit in New York. Yeah, I hear you. Pistol Pete says you need the DWX full size, much better for you, in my opinion, and get it cut, even better for direct mount. That's kind of what I was thinking. With the direct mount, um, I could get whatever optic I chose, I could get it pretty damn low in that slide. Scott says, I don't see the point of the Shadow 2 compact because it's not very compact, it's not drop safe, and for concealed carry gun, I'm not using fiber optic sights. Yeah, it is optic cut on the Shadow 2 compact. It is automatically optic cut, and you can get taller sights for it. You can carry it in the half cocked position, so you don't have to carry it cocked and locked, with the ledge on it, with the part of the ledge. And the drop safe doesn't bother me because I carried the old 1911s, and none of those son of bitches were drop safe, excuse my language, but none of them were drop safe. And I've carried those forever. So that doesn't even concern me. But I carried them cocked and locked. So that's not an issue. With the Shadow 2 compact, I think it's a great gun, and it is alloy, so it's lighter. And you do have the double action, single action trigger, what a lot of people enjoy, but a lot of people want the decocker. And I understand that. If you want that, the P07 has it, or the P01. So there you go with that. I think they're just trying to make another option, which is great, to kind of compete with the DWX, because the DWX compacts are getting single action, the other getting double and single action. So I think it's good to have choices of what you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with having it, but I've had other people say, "What the hell did they make that for?" You're not the only one to ever say that, but I think it's going to be I think it's a good gun. Yeah, and with the ledge on it, that would be an issue with my thumb too, but you could carry it half cocked, you know, done that before too. And I have carried my Shadow too. I was honest and told everybody I carried it, and yes, it's not drop safe, but I did carry that one cocked and locked because I had the big ledge on it. And hell, you know, next year they'll probably come out with the DWX compact being with a light rail. It'll be a version 2 or something, I'm sure. Um, they're probably going to have a Gen 2, and the DWXs all might come optic ready at that time, but you're going to have to use plates, which plates, they're not horrible, but direct mill, in my opinion, is better. I know some people, I mean, I cuss. I try to clean my mouth out a little bit. Um, try to keep it, somewhat friendly. Because if I'm talking to people and they're just dropping the F bomb every 2 seconds, I'm like, is that really needed? I don't shut up and walk away, but Matt says somebody explained to me I own a Shadow 2 and love it. It's a heavy competition gun. What's the point of a compact? Does anyone actually carry that weight? I'm a big guy, but I won't. Um, the Shadow 2 compact is alloy, so it's actually way lighter. Um, I think it'd be a good carry gun. Pistol Pete saying CZ made Shadow 2 compact just for me. Yeah. Steel frame PO1. Yeah. I mean, PO1's a great gun. You know, the standard, the steel, they have a steel framed PO1 like what Scott's talking about, and they have the alloy frame PO1. The steel frame version is pretty hard to find. And the reason they made that was they actually make a PO1. They're kind of hard to find. I think it's called a PO2, and it's in 40 cal, and it is a steel frame. So, but they had some where they made the steel frame PO1 in a 9 millimeter. Chessboard, I do not. I do not own the Kiger 9C. I think that Chris from the 740, I'm pretty sure he has one. I think he has one. I thought I remember seeing a video that he put out. Yeah, William, they do have the 75 compact. The trigger on that and it is a heavier gun. The trigger on that factory is not that great, but you can put a kit in it and make it a lot better. If the trigger bothers you, I hate the little hook trigger, the fish hook, and the reason I do is just due to my hand size. It actually punches right into the bottom of my first finger as I'm pulling it. So that's one reason I just don't like that trigger. But you can put a CZ75, what is it, a 75C trigger in it, and it's the flat like the Shadow 2. It fits in those, but the trigger itself, I think, is like 79 bucks, 80 bucks. But if you want to upgrade it, you could. But on the the CZ75 compact too, it doesn't have a light rail if I remember correctly. Yeah, the 85 combat trigger. The CZ75 compact does not have the light rail like the PO1 does. Matter of fact, I do really like the CZ. I think it is the 85, where it's the different color. It's God, I hadn't seen one in forever. I had the opportunity to buy one, and I should have bought it. It's like a CZ75 full size, but I think they call it an 85, and it's got the two variations of color. Can't remember the damn colors, but I do like that one. I think it's called an 85 Combat, I believe. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people run the M Carbo stuff in their CZs. I just personally haven't. The Parrot, that's the TSO. That's the open gun that they make, or the Parrot. They have different. I'm sorry. The Parrot is a CZ TSO, and it comes in the rainbow colors, and they call it the Parrot. Um, it's got like violet, purple, orange, pink. It's got all these crazy colors on it, and they call that one the Parrot. Yes, Scott, I have seen that one, the SDP. Yeah, and the Parrot is a Checkmate. They have two versions. One is the Checkmate where you get all the guts and you get the open barrel, but they have a Parrot where it's just like the open gun without the extra barrel and stuff too. Perfect for Pride Month. Yeah. Yeah, the TSO is a great gun. I think I've mentioned it before. I mean, it's a fantastic gun. I sold mine because I just never ever shot it, because I do have all the 2011s, and it kind of only served like one purpose, and that was just to go to the range with it. Really didn't, it's too big to carry. I had it kind of set up with the slide mount for the optic mount on the side, where it's drilled into the side. So it was really an only one purpose gun. Not, it was very accurate. Hell, I tested it against the Atlas, and it did very, very well, as it should. But I just didn't shoot the thing, man. And I just could have kept it, but I was like, man, I just rather get rid of it and let somebody else enjoy it. Yeah, my TSO was just like the tricked out, even better than the Parrot. I just didn't like all those crazy colors, and I love crazy colors, but I agree with Abigail's comment. It's definitely perfect for Pride Month. Yeah, the SPO1 Tactical. Um, that's exactly what it is. It is a version of the PO1 Tactical. PO1 does have a tactical model where you get the taller suppressor sights, threaded to barrel, all that good stuff, and that is the replica of the SPO1 Tactical, or the big brother, I guess you should say. But yeah, I mean, it's a good gun. It's just you can only do so much retroing of that gun or so many modifications, and it still doesn't equal a Shadow 2, but it's more of a tactical setup. And the Czech Republic, a lot of them do run that in the police department. They run the CZ75s, SPO1 regulars, and then some of them in the special ops department. They run the SPO1 tactical. Uh, Jason's asking a life advice question for you. I have an associate's degree in computer technology. Do airlines require a bachelor's degree? Airport near me says they can help me find a job with the airlines. No, I know people that worked in the airline industry and did not have a degree. So it depends on how far you want to go and what you want to do. But um, yeah, I mean, they were working in offices and things like that. I don't know if you want to work mechanically or, like in accounting or something like that, but there are a lot of people without degrees that work for a lot of the airlines. But it just depends on what their qualifications are now. They might require it now, but at that time they weren't. Yeah, I still have the tactical PO7 and tactical PO9. Um, I used to have the tactical CZ75B with the Omega trigger in it, which was kind of hard to find. Um, and I even sold it because I just never shot it. And I still have a lot of guns I don't shoot, but at the time, those were in super, super high demand. So I sold them for more than I even paid for them, and I shot the shit out of them. Now, they were all in great condition, but Brian, I get a lot of people that ask a lot of the same questions, and it's not a problem. No, I think he's real. But yeah, we've got 5 or 6 minutes before Chris starts his chat, so I don't want to step on his chat. But any other questions, comments, anything y'all can think of that you want an answer on? Probably put some videos out this weekend. I've got some ready to be filmed. I've got some that I have already filmed. Um, I probably will film a video on that part for the staccato that I'm testing and tell you if it's good or bad. I don't really want to give anything away now, but I will get that out so y'all can see that. And I'm probably, of course, I'm going to be checking on my dad this weekend, making sure, everything's squared away there. And that's one reason I haven't been able to go to the range a lot. I've been seeing him in the hospital, like, when I get back in town, like every Saturday I'm at the hospital, every Sunday I'm at the hospital. So I haven't really had a lot of time to shoot. So, it's just life is more important right now. Our family is more important than shooting in YouTube. Uh, you know, but as soon as I he's more squared away and all of that other stuff, I'll get back to the range and do some shooting because I've got a lot of stuff to test. Um, I've got some comparisons that are coming up that a lot of people have asked about, and it's kind of some older ones versus some newer ones, and what my thoughts are on old school versus new school stuff like that. So hopefully y'all will find that entertaining. But yeah, Jason saying he's not a bot. That's good. I don't think a bot would admit that they're not a bot. So that's good. Um, let's see here. Pistol Pete is going to use his Powerball winnings to start a gun platform. That's awesome. Yeah, and see, a lot of people do like the regular one better than the Omega. A lot of people do. And here's the way I'll state it. If you buy the non-Omega, you can do so much more upgrading. You can do 100 times more upgrades than you can an Omega trigger. However, I like the Omega trigger because it already has the flatter trigger, and I don't mind the Omega trigger. It doesn't really bother me. Now, granted, your double action's pretty stout, um, and you can get a lot of that fixed with spring kits from like Cajun Gun Works and stuff like that. But as far as completely upgrading it, yeah, on the not Omega, you've got a lot more choices to do there. That's funny. Take care, Matt. I appreciate it, man. Pistol Pete says no Glock content. Man, that's all I was going to start doing. I was just going to start only doing Glock content. That's all I was going to do, Pistol Pete. But what's really funny is I have had a ton of questions, and I guess they're probably newer people just asking questions or newer subscribers asking if I own Glocks or if I'm anti Glock, and I thought that was pretty funny. And it, like I said, I've been around for a while as far as, in the, I guess, on YouTube. Um, and a lot of people are probably popping into the channel because they saw something that they wanted to listen to or something, some newer even newer subscribers or newer people to guns, and they were asking my opinions on Glocks and things like that and didn't even know that I even had a Glock or had Glocks. So I thought that was kind of funny. But I got a lot of people who are like, man, you should try Glocks, you should try to shoot a Glock. I'm like, I was shooting Glocks when you were still shitting yellow. Pistol Pete says, I'll look for the DWX full size unboxing video. No, I haven't even handled one yet, Pistol Pete. I have, nobody's had one. I mean, I've checked with, Texas Gun Experience, sometimes in the evenings, when I'm out traveling in the state of Texas, of course, because I could, if I liked it, I could just buy it right then. But I, might go by a gun shop here and there in the evenings and just look, and have not seen one in person. Thank you, Chessboard. I appreciate it. Scott said he just picked up a Gen 5 Glock 34. That's cool. I mean, they work. 2024. Yep, Glock only. I'm turning into the Glock only channel. And I could start saying, "Hello, Glock Nation." Yeah, that'd be funny. I just come in on Big Johnson Glocks and gear. No, no, that's not happening. Lynn said the P10C is the only plastic on the menu into heavy metal. I get it. P10C and P10F are great guns. I mean, I've had a lot of people, and I know I really like those guns, but I've had a lot of people, that are Glock friends who shoot Glocks or Smith and Wesson or whatever other polymer gun, and they've never shot a P10 or a P10F, and I'll let them shoot mine, and they're like, "Wow, man, I really do like it." I'm like, "Cool." I mean, I don't try to ram anything down anybody's throat or stuff like that. Get what you want, what you enjoy. Yeah, and Pistol Pete, that is probably one of the first things I would change out would be those red. I just don't like metal. I mean, I don't like, and I'm not saying I wouldn't like them because I haven't put my hands on them yet, but I would definitely throw some lock grips on there. Yeah, and I haven't shot the P10F in 45. I think that would be fun. Damn, you guys are awesome. Look at this one. Oops, here it goes right here. And remember, a Glockless nation is a very weak nation, so we all just got a Glock on. That's a good one, Matt. That's a really good one. I got to give you that. I like building rifles, not pistols. I get it. I've shot the P10C. I like it, but it doesn't make sense on a logistical standpoint. I get that too. A lot of people are highly invested in Glocks with the magazines and all of that. So to go to a totally different platform where you need different mags, I totally get it. Totally get it. All right, it is 8:02. Like I said, I'm sure Chris has already fired up his chat, so I don't want to keep any of his subscribers that would want to go over there and watch that. So we'll go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate y'all as always. Love one another, take care of your families, protect yourself, all that good stuff. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. So have a gun on you to protect you and your family, your loved ones, and even innocent bystanders. If it happens, you can help out if you choose to. So, but I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a great night, and stay safe and all that good stuff. And carry on, everyone. Take care. See you next Wednesday.